Hey everyone, I hope you are doing well, more than well. If you're not, that's okay. This too shall pass. Like I keep telling everybody, this too shall pass. All right, Taurus, so we're about to do your reading. I have not, this is going to be more on your focus. So whatever it is that you your storyline, just apply this message to what you have on your mind. This is for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Venus. So if you have that in your chart, then continue watching. Also, if you don't resonate with any of this, it's all good. Just take what you resonate with, leave the rest, or come back for the next one. All right, so let's get to shuffling. Taurus. So this is going to be for the past, present, and future. Don't worry about those deck boxes. I just have them up there so I can use them as a stand to place the cards. So it has nothing to do with your reading, so don't focus on that. All right, Taurus. Taurus, beautiful earth sign energy, grounded energy, energy of love, energy of stability, money, energy of valuables, home. Taurus. Let's get that energy of Taurus in these cards. All right, so I'm being guided for one more shuffle here. All right, cool. So past energy, Taurus, what we got here. Three of Swords reversed. So you may be finally having some realization, or this was in the past actually, because this is past energy. So you had a realization to something that had happened to you in the past. Something broke you down. It was a loss of something. It could have been a loss of a home, a loss of a loved one, and you really had a hard time letting whatever it was go. It could have been a job, and you felt just like you just were never going to be able to get out of that energy. So when I was telling you that, I was playing with the cards and one just popped out. So I'm going to go ahead. I don't know why I keep getting reversals for all these dang signs so far, but that's what's up. That's what's going on. So with the Three of Swords reversed and Three of Cups reversed, it could have been like a family dynamic. Maybe you had lost somebody in your family that meant a lot to you. Maybe they were like somebody who kind of held the fort in the household. They were somebody of significance. They were somebody who was very positive, who had a lot of positive vibes. They were fun to be around, and it was really difficult for you to release that. You went into a long phase of going within, thinking too much, really having a hard time letting this thing go. But you finally came to in the past, you finally came to a realization that it was time to let it go, which is a very good thing. You still don't feel completely grounded. You still don't feel like your heart is full, but you're letting it go. You were letting it go. So let's see what we have in the present. All right, should I shuffle? Okay. Well, that was a crappy shuffle, but all right, present moment, Taurus. Beautiful bull. Beautiful bull. Strong strength. So in the present moment, there might be a conversation that you need to have with someone. It could be a lover. It could be a coworker. Something's on your mind. And you need to have that conversation with someone. There's somebody that you need to have a conversation with. You know, you might be going through things in your mind that are kind of splitting you. You know, you're feeling split. You're feeling torn. And without that conversation, you're just going to stay stuck. You're going to stay stagnant. You're still going to be torn. So you need to have this conversation. Now, hopefully the other person is willing to have that conversation, because when people just cut that conversation off, it really just leaves you stuck, you know. So that is a conversation that needs to be had. Whoever isn't speaking, maybe it's time to talk. What's in the present, or I'm sorry, what's in the future? Taurus, what's in the future for beautiful Taurus? Oh, shoot. Okay. The Emperor, beautiful. We've got the Emperor. Very strong, however, very stuck in their ways. Very much, very, sorry, this microphone's literally right in front of my mouth. So if I'm too loud or it's coming out crackly, I am so sorry. So the Emperor can be kind of selfish, not necessarily selfish, but just like my way or the highway, very stubborn, very set in their ways. So it's hard to sway the Emperor. So this is in the current energy right now. So there's somebody in your life, whether it be you, which is very stubborn, and set in their ways, is kind of, it can be a good thing depending on who you're dealing with, but having a little bit of leeway, having a little bit of openness to hear other sides of the conversation is very important. You know, sometimes letting go of that pride is what's necessary to move things forward. And then the Hangman in the present moment, or I keep misspeaking, I'm so sorry. In the future. So you have the Hangman. So it's like just kind of staying still, you know, just kind of like knowing what you want, staying still. You might be being very stubborn, not wanting to open up this communication, not wanting to open up different possibilities. It could be at work, not wanting to hear other people's ideas because you have an idea. And you're stubborn and you know what's going to work. You don't want to do what they do. So you're just kind of like, no, you're standing still. I'm not going to hear it, whatever. But there's a task at hand, you know, like you do have a certain task, and whatever that is, you're staying strong within that. You have boundaries. You know what you need to do. This is, I can't remember the name of this ant, but it's like a honey ant or something. And basically it has a task. It was forced to do a task. Like, this is what your task is, what you're going to do. We're going to overfeed you and you're going to stay up on this ceiling and you're going to provide nectar. The nectar, you're going to be so full and overfed that you're going to start providing nectar for the rest of the clan so that they can go and do their work. So you have this job, you have this position that you take very seriously, and you don't want to let go of the reins because you've been assigned to that specific task, and so you don't want anything getting in the way of it, you know, which can be a good thing, you know. That can be a good thing. It just depends on what your circumstances are right now. You know, are you being stubborn because you feel like you have to do this and there's no way out? Well, no, I mean, eventually, like, you can get off that ceiling and you can walk away, you know, like you don't, but it's like an ancestral thing or a family dynamics, or there's something that you feel like you have this task. You cannot release the reins. You know, you were assigned to something specific. And so you're being stubborn and you're being that emperor and you're like, no, I'm going to do this, you know. It could be an Aries. You could be dealing with an air sign or a water sign. There's a lot of air in here. And the Emperor, I relate it to the Aries, or just somebody very stuck in their ways and stubborn, but also having a purpose, having a job to fulfill. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to clarify the past. All right, Aries, what's this past? What's the Three of Swords reversed and the Three of Cups reversed? Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. What is this energy from the past? Three of Swords reversed, Three of Cups reversed. What is this energy from the past? Man, it's not wanting to give me anything, is it? I might just have to cut the deck. What is this energy from the past? Anything else? The Chariot. Making a decision. Choices. Making a decision. So there may have been a decision that you had to make in the past that caused something to end. This could have been like, and this is a really extreme example, but unfortunately I tend to talk about extreme examples. This could be somebody who had to make a decision to pull the plug on a family member that really they cared about a lot, you know. It could be like the guilt, like you know that what happened was kind of out of your control, but it was in your control because you were the one that was chosen for that decision to make, and it took away your celebration, it took away your passion, it made you very stuck and sad, but you ended up forgiving yourself for it. Now this could have been anything, you know, that was just a very extreme example. This could be with love, you know, you had to choose to let go of somebody, or you made the choice to stay and now you're kind of suffering the repercussions because there was nothing in it. Like this is the past energy. There's something you had to make a choice and it left you feeling very stuck in your head, but you actually started to forgive yourself. You actually started to move forward from it. But you still are sad about it, you know, but you are on your way to letting go if you haven't already. You know, that celebration should be coming back again, you know, because this is in the past. So you're just starting to see why you had to make that choice. And, you know, that's what it is. And which is kind of taking me into the present. It's like you do take your choices and your positions very seriously. You know, you are chosen for certain things because you have the strength and you have the groundedness and the mental capacity, emotional capacity to fulfill these tasks. And so you have to stay strong within that power. It can lead you into a lot of disarray because you feel like, you know, there's things that are unspoken that you need to speak about. But let's just clarify the Two of Swords for the present moment for Taurus. Two of Swords for the present moment. Two of Swords for the present moment, Taurus. What's going on in the present moment for Taurus? Man, these cards just don't want to come out for you. There we go. All right, what do we got here? Seven of Pentacles. So there may be something that you don't have the full knowledge on yet. There's a conversation that you need to have spoken, but you're still trying to gather the information. You're trying to gather the information, or you're trying to just let time pass so that the information comes to you. There's something you really want to speak about, but you're not sure if there's misinformation within that. There could be rumors. There just could be, like I was using the example of hospitals are having to release somebody from this plane. There may have been, some people just don't have all the information, and so they're having a hard time having that conversation because they don't know what position to take. So there's a bit of limbo. All right. And then in the future, let's clarify the Emperor and the Hangman for Taurus. The Emperor and the Hangman for Taurus. This could be love. This could be work. Like I said, you choose the topic and you let the storyline and the cards, let that information apply to you, what you feel. Judgment. Judgment. Okay, so the future. So you're coming within your strength. There was some judgment that might have happened from you being strong and solid within your beliefs. There's nothing you can do to change other people's minds about you. You did what you had to do, and you had a job to fulfill. And no matter what, even if you're judging yourself, you have to give yourself the room to accept what job you were given. This was destiny. This was meant for you. And you're feeling, like kind of stubborn. Like I said, like, this is what I was told to do. This is what I had to do. And if you're judging me or if I'm judging myself, it's okay. Because eventually all that knowledge is going to come to people or to you. You're going to start seeing everything you needed to see in order to get past this judgment. Maybe people are finally starting to realize that this was your job. This was your task. You had to do what you had to do. Maybe you had to fire somebody from a job. Maybe you had to break up with somebody. Maybe you had to buy a new car because the other one wasn't doing good. Maybe you had to sell a ring and it was an heirloom, but you really were hard. You had to because you needed the money. This could be anything, but there was something that you had to do. You were chosen for it, either by family members, lovers, the universe, and you held strong with that. And, you may be having a hard time with the outcome, or somebody else might be having a hard time with the outcome, but deep down that was something that you were chosen for and you had to do it. So whatever that is, hopefully this resonates. If not, like I said, come back to another reading, or go to another reading that resonates with you. Not everything's going to resonate, okay? All right, so now we're going to move to the Dark Mirror deck. All right, so we're going to clarify the past and see what was going on in the past. What was the choice that created this really hardship, this hard time of moving forward, this broken heart, light kind of being gone, What happened? What happened in the past? What was going on with that with Taurus? What was going on with that with Taurus? All right. So sacrifice. Interesting. So that really goes really well with what we were talking about in the past, where you had to make a choice, and it left you really feeling horrible. But you started to move past it, though. Like you've moved past it. You're working on yourself, but it had to do with sacrifice. And I'm hearing like self-sacrifice, but it was in a way that benefited you. So you were sacrificing something in order to create stability within the ether. You know, there was instability, and you had to put this knight's suit on, or whatever you want to call this, and you had to go out and fight. You know, you had to make a choice. You had to sacrifice something. There was nothing you could do. You know, you could have made the choice to go one way, but would the outcome have benefited everybody? Probably not, because you're a smart person, and you know you had to make this choice. Whatever it was that you sacrificed. Perchance to dream. You know, you may have been in the past looking at something in a very, you know, you had this romantic idea, or this idea of just really wanting things to be a certain way, but they weren't. You know, you tried really hard to not have to make a decision that you made, but you ended up having to make it anyways. You know, sometimes our dreams just don't come true. And if you try to make them come true and you do everything in your power and they still don't happen, then you have to make that choice. You have to sacrifice something. You know, it's time to move on. And that's what happened. You're moving on from that choice now, and you're actually accepting what happened. All right, so how about the energy in the present moment? Energy in the present moment with the Two of Swords for Taurus. Okay. Damn. No, that's too many. That's too many. Should I? Okay, fine. Fine, I'll take them. Okay, we're going to go through this quickly. The child I was meant to be. Something had taken away from your inner child. It was an experience, or this is presently actually. So there is, you have to come back to who you are. You know, you have this inner child and this fun, playful energy about you. And it may have been clouded by all of this past energy that you're getting over now. So you're allowing yourself to come into who you are. Beautiful. Obsession. There may still be an obsession, because we are talking about the Two of Swords. So you may be obsessing on something still. There may be something internally where it's still not quite let go. And it may be due to a somebody that gave you, with this artificial heart, somebody had pretended to be something that you thought they were, but they really weren't. Or they had changed, and you started to see that what you thought they were, they're just not. Oh my God, I hope there's not a square in the middle of this. What the hell, Taurus? If there is, we're just going to have to deal with it. That's messed up. What is going on with that square? Oh, gosh. Well, sorry for the square, if you can see that. We're just going to keep going. So there's something that you still, like, maybe you're pretending that you feel one way, but you really feel another way, because you're kind of stuck in your head still about something that happened. Could be somebody else with the artificial heart. You know, eventually you'll be able to let that go, because you're going to see what really was going on. And Aries got this too, forgetting oneself. So within all of that decision making and choices and chaos and heartbreak, you kind of forgot who you were. And I think that's what probably guided you to make the choice, because you knew you had disconnected from your soul. You were acting like someone who you weren't, and you were tired of seeing that false self show up due to this connection that you had, whether it be work, family, or love. And so I think that's why you ended up making that choice. You're taking your power back. You're remembering who you are again. And you might be pretending like, you know, you're not hurting. But but you are internally, your mind isn't stopped. Like, you have to have this conversation with somebody, even with the therapist. You know, there's just something that needs to be spoken so that you can get it out, so that you can have somebody bounce ideas off of you again, show you that your pain is relevant. That's why I said like a really good friend, or like a therapist or whatever. Like, you know, if you have pain, that's okay. You have to release it eventually. You know, you can't just like keep hiding from it, because that's just going to keep creating that artificial heart and that forgetting oneself. Like, be honest with your emotions. It's okay. You know, talk to somebody that you trust and have that conversation so you can get validation on how your emotions are valid, you know, how the experience and the choices that you've made were relevant to where you are now, and let that help heal you. All right, Taurus, future energy. What do we have? Future energy. So sorry about that square. Future energy for Taurus. Okay. Ah, Aries got that too. Okay, this is good. Taurus, I won't cry for you. You've let something go. You've come into your power. You know, you're like, this is what I had to do. This is my job. Like, this is who I am. I'm the emperor. I'm strong. I might be a little bit difficult to deal with sometimes, but it's because I am strong within my, I'm getting a loss for words today, and I don't know why, but, you are being this emperor. You're sitting strong in front of your fruit. You're not letting anyone take it. You've moved past all this past stuff that you had to make a choice with. You've moved past it, or you're moving past it. There's still a conversation that may need to be had, but you are strong now. You're healing from that. You know where you stand. You know what you need to do. And, you know, you're getting to the point where you're tired of feeling bad. You're tired of feeling guilty. You know, with this Judgment card, it's like, you know, I'm done beating up on myself about this. I still may need to talk to people so that I can move forward, because this is future. You know, I'm tired of crying for what I can't control. You gave me a task, I did it. You didn't like the choice I made, and I can't help you. Like, that's your problem now. It's not my problem, you know, which is really great. Like, good for you, Taurus. And then calling in the storm, you know, just bring it on. This is the energy that I'm getting with this right here is bring it on. I'm strong now. Like, you can't control me anymore. Like, I've already gone through all the pain of the past. I'm working on communicating with people that will help me get through all this mental bondage, this mental baggage, and this confusion. And I'm moving forward. And, you know, if you have anything to say to me, then go ahead, you know, but I'm going to energetically push that away. You know, whatever you say to me is gonna bounce off me and stick to you. Like, I'm done. I'm not gonna cry for you anymore. I'm not gonna care about the judgment anymore. Like, I'm done judging myself. I'm done letting you judge me. Like, bring it on, because I can take on the world, because I'm the emperor and the hangman. You know I have this job to fulfill, and I'm just gonna stay strong within my power. That's beautiful, Taurus. All right, so let's do one more. Let's get some guidance here from your angels and ancestors. What do you have to say to Taurus? What do you have to say to Taurus? Beautiful Taurus. Or handsome, of course. Something wanted to pop out. This one. Perfect. The Sage. Be devoted and committed, which you are. You're the Emperor. You're the Hangman. You are devoted and committed. You did make choices that you had to make, you know. Now it's time in the present moment to be devoted and committed to communicating with somebody to help. Be devoted and committed to your path, you know, what you're here for, your purpose. Don't let any of the judgment, any of the past stuff let you forget who you really are, you know, because you may have forgotten who you were, but you're remembering that. That's coming back. Like, you're coming in full force. There's no stopping you. I'm proud of you, Taurus. Sometimes choices are really difficult to make, you know. Sometimes there's things we have to choose to do that we don't want. But we have to have that wisdom to know when we need to make certain choices, you know. Sometimes there's things that are out of our hands and we can't help it. We can't help it. We just have to make the choice. And if you can't handle it, or if other people can't handle it, well, you or them are going to have to learn that the choice has been made, you know. It is what it is. Time to move on. And you are moving on. And you are, you know, and you are strong. You are strong. Take note of intuitive messages. You're being spoken to all the time. You have plenty of wisdom with the moon, all cycles of the moon. Every single cycle is going to tell you something new. You may have a lot of insight, intuition through each cycle of the moon. So take note, take mental notes of all of these ideas that are coming to you. You're being spoken to. Your inner self, your higher self, the wise person, within you is telling you what's going on, and you need to trust it. You know, love yourself, trust yourself. Shed old skin. Don't be afraid to shed everything that doesn't serve you anymore. You still may have things that are staying within your mind. You're still having a hard time grasping onto things, but eventually you're going to be able to shed that old skin, and you're going to have that new, beautiful, radiant glow about you. You're going to be in a whole different mind space and healthy and happy. And it's just about allowing, you know, and accepting the change. Unleash the wild within. Go have fun. You know, be that creative man or woman that you are. You know, don't be afraid to express yourself. If you need to go play drums outside, if you need to, you know, take a bubble bath and listen to meditation music, and if that seems kind of taboo to you, do it. Whatever it is that you feel that you need in that moment, do it. You know, if you're coloring, if you're doing a puzzle, it doesn't matter. Just have fun. Whatever it is that you're doing, if you have a pull to do something, I want to go dance in my living room, do it. Like your soul needs a little playfulness. I think you've been really hard on yourself because you're very strong and focused on the material or focused on your task. But sometimes you need to just let go and let that energy flow. See beyond the current situation. Like I keep telling people, this too shall pass. You know, we're all being incredibly tested right now. But that should be, especially in this Lionsgate portal, that should be a opportunity for you to see things, to accept what happened in the past, what's going on in the present, and expecting beautiful things in the future. Love and let yourself be loved. No more judging yourself. No more accepting people who are judging you. Distant yourself from them. Distant yourself from those harsh thoughts that you are thinking, you know, what if this, what if that? I wish I would have done this. No. You have to love yourself and allow other people to love you. And if you're not, it's time to work on changing that. If you're constantly telling yourself of things that you should have done or you could have done, say, no, actually, I did what was the best within the options that I had. You know, I love you. I love you, Taurus. You know, I love you. And eventually that's going to really help circulate that energy. Oh, look at this. Perfect card after that. Feel loved and comforted. You know, you are earth, you are an earth sign, you are a person that takes care of their loved ones. You know, you stay strong and grounded, and you need to be nurtured. You need to be loved too. You know, go outside, enjoy what you are. You are earth, you know, you are love. You know, start, even if you're a man, just start seeing yourself as this presence, you know, this nothing but love presence. The earth has a way of balancing itself out, as long as you don't, you know, if you like, even if we destroy the world, it's going to end up balancing itself out, with or without us. You know, you be that strong balance. You balance out your energy again, because you are that emperor. And then the Shaolin master, be grateful in movement and action. So everything is happening to get you clarity, to get you onto a new path. It could be mentally, emotionally, physically, to get you onto something that is meant for you. Be graceful within those changes. Don't overreact, or at least try not to overreact. Try not to beat up on yourself, because you know, you're doing everything in a way, in a timely manner, in a way, you're very intuitive. You're getting through all of this. It's just all about, you know, letting go of judgment, accepting what is, accepting what was, and accepting what will be, and moving on to a new future in love and self-acceptance. So Taurus, I really hope that made some sense to you. I'm sorry for the square in the middle of the screen. I will not let that happen next time. If you have any questions or comments, leave it down below. And take care, okay, Taurus? Much love. Bye.